Good afternoon, everyone. So I am the discussant for today. So I will discuss all about the steps in conduction of research. So we have a research process steps that we need to follow. So what are those? So research process steps. The research process consists of series of systematic procedures that a researcher must go through in order to generate knowledge that will be considered valuable by the project and focus on the relevant topic. So, in conducting a research, we need to follow the steps. We need to consider the steps para yung research natin is maging maganda. So, we have eight steps in conducting a research. So the first one is identify the problem. Second one is evaluate the literature, create hypothesis, research design, describe population, data collection, data analysis, and report writing. So, in identify the problem is finding an issue or formulating a research question is the first step. So, una is aalamin natin kung ano ba yung mga issue or mga problems na kailangan natin mabigyan ng solusyon. So, I will define research problem will guide the researcher through all stages of the research process. From setting objectives to choosing a technique, there are a number of approaches to get insight into a topic and gain a better understanding of it. So identify the problem. Like for example, in Asbury College, so hahanapin mo kung ano yung mga issue na kailangan solusyonan inside this campus. So, there are number of approaches. So, the first one is a preliminary survey. So, magsasurvey ka. Magtatanong-tanong ka kung ano ba yung mga issues na kailangan solusyonan in this campus. So, the second one is case studies. So, pwede mo rin gamitin yung case studies. And then the third one is interviews with a small group of people. So, pwede kang mag-interview or magtanong-tanong sa mga teachers, sa mga students, or sa mga faculty, or maybe pwede rin sa mga stakeholders kung ano ba yung mga kailangan solusyonan na mga problema. So, and ika-apat is observational survey. So, pwede kang mag-observe kung ano ba yung mga issues na kailangan solusyonan. Like, for example, ano ba yung mga so, waste management, kung napapansin yung hindi maganda yung system ng pag-manage ng basura, pwede i-observe mo yun. So, pwede siyang maging issue or the problem. So, the second one is evaluate the literature. So, evaluate the literature, thorough examination of the relevant studies is essential for the research process. So, kapag magkakanta ka ng research, kailangan mo rin maghanap kung marami ba o meron ba mga literature na connected doon sa research na gagawin nyo. So, it enables the researcher to identify the precise aspect of the problem. Once a problem has been found, the investigator or researcher needs to find out more about it. So, maghahanap ka kung ano ba yung, kung meron ba or meron ba mga literature or mga research na nagawa na dati na may connection doon sa research na gagawin nyo. So, kasi itong literature mangyayari to in the RRL. So, this stage gives problem zone background. So, it teaches the investigator about previous research, how they were conducted and its conclusion. So, doon, magkakaroon ka ng idea kung ano ba yung what you're going to do in that particular issue, so, and its conclusion. The researcher can build consistency between his work and others through a literature review. Such a review exposes the researcher to a more significant body of knowledge and helps him follow the research planning efficiently. So, yung connected, or yung mga literature na nagawa na ng mga ibang researcher, so, magiging guide mo siya to conduct your particular research. So, that will serve as your guide. is create hypothesis. So dito sa create hypothesis, formulating an original hypothesis is the next logical step after narrowing down the research topic and defining. So maggagawa ka na ng hypothesis. A belief solves logical relationship between variables. In order to establish a hypothesis, a research must have a certain amount of expertise in the field. It is important for researchers to keep in mind when formulating a hypothesis that it must be based on the research topic. Researchers are able to concentrate their efforts and stay committed to their objectives when they develop theories to guide their work. So, in creating hypothesis, ililista mo na doon lahat ng mga kailangan in conducting your research. So, the objectives, the profile ng mga students, lahat na ilalagay mo doon para in conducting your research, magiging organized yung pag-conduct nyo. So, next is the research design. In step 4, the research design is the plan for achieving objectives. Ito na yung magiging guide mo in achieving your objectives. And answering research questions, so kung paano mo ba siya ikakandak, through survey ba, through questionnaires, through observations, or through experience. So, it outlines how to get the relevant information, kung paano ka makapag-gather ng data or ng information. So, its goal is to design research to test hypotheses, address the research question, and provide decision-making insights. The research design aims to minimize the time. So, syempre, andun yung time, yung money, and effort. So, kung ang gagawin mo ay through observation, mas less, hindi siya ganun expensive, pero kapag kailangan mo experience yung gagamitin mo in conducting the research or through observational, mas kailangan mo na enough time para conduct the research. So, this plan fits into 4 categories. So, halimbawa, exploration and survey. So, ito exploration and survey, mas madali itong gawin in conducting a research or gathering a data. So, second one is experiment. So, yung experiment, I think this is expensive. So, kailangan mo kasi provide ng enough money and time. Kasi yung experiment, kailangan talaga nandun ka mismo nakatutok in that particular issue. So, the next one is data analysis and observation. So, these are the categories of the research design. So, step 5 is describe population. So, in describe population, research project usually look at a specific group of people. So, sa atin dito sa Asbury, kapag nagawa tayo ng research, yung magiging respondents mo lang, or yung mga magiging sample mo, mga respondents mo, is andito lang siya sa loob ng Asbury. So, saan ba dito sa loob ng Asbury? Like, for example, yung mga students ng BN3 or yung mga high school. So, dapat naka-specific lang siya para hindi siya ganoon ka-broad. Hindi siya ganoon kalawak. So, a specific group of people, facilities, or how technology is used in the business. In research, the term population refers to this study group. The research topic and purpose help determine the study group. So, kailangan, in creating a research or in conducting a research, you need to consider who are your respondents. So, like for example, yung research mo is about sa poverty na nakaka-apekto sa academic performance ng students. So, yung magiging sample mo doon is yung mga students na nakakaranas ng poverty. Of course, siyempre, alam mo naman, bibigay ka ng survey o ng questionnaires or magiging respondents mo yung isang students na hindi naman nakakaranas ng poverty. So, paano siya magbibigay ng information o paano siya magsasagot ng questionnaires kung hindi naman siya nakakaranas ng ganong particular issue. So, suppose a researcher wishes to investigate a certain group of people in classification or an ethnic group. A final step in the study design is to specify example or population so that the results may be generalized. So, in conducting in research, you need to kailangan mo talaga isipin kung sino yung magiging mga respondents mo. So, step 6 is data collection. In data collection, it is important in obtaining the knowledge or information required to answer the research issue. Every research collected data, either from the literature or the people being studied, data must be collected from the two categories of researchers. So, dito na yung data collection sa pag-gather ng information. Meron tayong dalawa which is primary data and secondary data. So, sa primary data, experiment, questionnaire, observation, interview. So, ikaw na mismo yung kukuha ng information sa mga respondents mo. So, sa secondary data, literature survey naman po ito yung mag-ano ka na sa internet and then maghahanap ka na ng mga information sa internet o mag-survey ka na doon. So, the second is official or unofficial reports. Maghanap ka na ng sa mga reports kunwari sa admin o sa mga, kunwari sa ethnic group, pupunta ka doon and then kuha ka ng mga reports or mga data nila or information. And then, an approach based on library resources. Pupunta ka ng library to get information for your research. So, next is step 7, data analysis. So, dito sa data analysis, during research design, the researcher plans data analysis. So, you need to analyze the data of your research. So, after collecting data, after mag-collect ng data, mag-gather ng data, the researcher analyze it. So, i-analyze mo na yun. The data is examined based on the approach in this step. The research findings are reviewed and reported. So, doon mo na ililista or i-analyze yung mga na-collect mong data na nakuha sa mga respondents. So, data analysis involves a number of closely related stages such as setting up categories, applying these categories, through coding and tabulation. And then, drawing statistical conclusions. So, the researcher can examine the acquired data using a variety of statistical methods. So, dito na sa data analysis, dito na yung tinatawag nila. Yung i-apply na natin dito yung tinatawag nilang yung sa statistician. You need to analyze kung ilan ba yung nag-check ng yes, ng no, ganon. So, dito, ilalagay mo na rin kung ano yung itali-tali kung ilan ba yung nagsagot ng yes or ng no, or kung ilan ba ang nag-agree or disagree in that particular question. So, next is the report writing. After completing these steps, the researcher must prepare a report detailing his findings. So, doon na, isusulat mo na lahat kung ano ba yung mga naging resulta ng data collection. So, the report must be carefully composed with the following in mind. Yung una is the layout. So, dun sa first page, on the first page, the title. Ilalagay mo dun yung title, dun sa pinaka-una. And then the date, the acknowledgement, and then the purpose should be on the report table. So, ito yung sa pinaka-una na research. So, a table of contents should be followed by a list of tables, graphs, and charts if any. So, una is title, and then the date, and then the acknowledgement, and then yung table of contents ng inyong research. So, sa introduction po, it should state the researcher's purpose. Ano ba yung purpose ng mga researcher? And then, their method. So, this section should include the studies, scope, and limit. So, kung sino ba yung sino ba yung magiging respondents nila? Kung kanino ba naka-specific yung particular issue na kinakatak ng mga researcher. So, second one is summary of findings. So, sa summary of findings, and ang technical summary of findings and recommendations will follow the introduction. So, doon na maglalagay yung pagkatapos ng introduction, introduction, ilalagay mo po yung summary findings. And then, the recommendations kung ano ba yung marirecommend ng mga researchers. So, the findings should be summarized if they're related. So, kung mahaba yung findings, kailangan isa-summarize mo siya. So, principal report. The main body of the report should make sense and be broken up into sections that are easy to understand. So, kailangan madaling intindihin dun sa principal report. And then the last is conclusion. The researcher should restate his findings at the end of the main text is the final research. Sa conclusion, dun na i-conclude ng mga researcher kung ano ba yung naging result ng isang research, ng kanilang research. So, yun lang po. Thank you.